Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you to attend to this session. I think that is a very nice session because we talk about citizens and process participation and the paper of the smart cities in these processes. We have a group of participants that will show us how the technology can help to get new and participative cities. In Barcelona, we are working to get a human city. This is our mantra. We are working to change the concept oriented to get a city for the people to the concept to get a city with or of the people. This is a great change in the application of technology to the cities. The smart cities will become the cities where the people can participate actively in the processes of governance, in the process of increase the quality of life, in the processes that will simplify the relations between administration and people in general. We want to make real the concept of a smart citizens. In fact, in a citizen, citizens are smart. The city is only the place where the smart citizens make real their dreams. Engagement, participation, innovation, creation become essential for the development of our smart cities. In the next years, we will get new ways to make real these processes. Surely, the technology will be one of the more responsible of these. Now we present the first participation in this session. I call to Miquel Rey Castilla. Miquel Rey Castilla is Councillor of the Major Economic and Innovation Matters in the Council of Mataró. Thank you, Miquel.
Hi, everyone, fellow speakers, public in general. I'm going to use my mobile phone just to show you what we have done in Mataró. Mataró is a city located 30 miles, 35 kilometers north of Barcelona, and we are a city of 125,000 people. And 3 years ago, we were confronted by a huge economic problem. We had 150 million budget and 310 million debt, so we could not invest in innovation. We could only be very smart to innovate. So what we have done, you can see it, what we have done is develop a tool that is universal and that is free to help foster the government-citizen relationships. This is a pioneer tool, and it's a pioneer interface that helps us not to invest in X, 10, 20, 30 different applications to do 10 or 20 or 30 things at a time. So, for example, if we go into Telegram and we ask the system where any of the cultural patrimony of the city is, we can just write Gaudí, and it will answer us where all the city assets are, and it will geolocalize us, tell us where we are, and return us a web to see the picture and all the information. For example, this is the modernist route we have, and if you click, then it connects you with all the web-based interfaces and information that we have in Mataró, with the picture, etc. This is one of the things we can do. Obviously, we can also receive complaints, which is one of the main things people use it for. And then we can also now, through Telegram, we can also use and send information to end receivers, not only one-to-one relationships, but also end receivers. So we can send cultural agendas, we can send anything to the public. For example, you can also check what's going on in the city at the moment. So you would write Mataró now, and it will tell you what's going on in the next 24 hours in the city. So what has happened with this? What happens is that our communication with the citizen is a lot more efficient. We have 6,000 users, in the past 10 months, and we've got more than 50,000 messages. Today, 9 of every 10 complaints we receive is received via Telegram or WhatsApp. We started with WhatsApp. What we are presenting today is the Telegram application because it also helps us to send PDF and Word files to our public. So it's an easy-to-use, multifunctional interface between the users, the citizens, and the government. And what we've done it because we had a total lack of resources, as I was saying, and we've developed it through our university, our NetLab people is our research center. We've developed this software, and what we are doing here in this expo is actually putting it at everyone's disposal, selling it through a partnership we have with Microsoft, with BI Smart, and this is it's in the cloud, and it's called CityMess. So we've turned a need into a real product, and we are now opening this product to the public. That's what we've done, and that's the results we've had so far. Very satisfactory, and very keen to increase the use and increase the keywords that we are giving to our public, the opportunities we're giving them to interface with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Miquel. Thank you, Miquel. I think that is a fantastic solution for the citizens of Mataró. Next, we will listen to Vladislav Kreinin. Please, Vladislav. Vladislav is a publicist. He is one of the authors and researchers on the concept of participative society. Okay, please.
Hola, buenos días. Soy de Rusia y mi compañía ahora funciona en Rusia, en España también y en otros países. Well, I will present my presentation in English. What is Yopolis? We are, how to click it? Can we? Yeah, I think it functioned not very good. Okay, so Yopolis is a digital space for smart communities and engagement campaigns. Our solution, what we do, put comprehensive engagement tools in a simple box, and cheap and very convenient. This box make communities smart, better connected, and being technological company, we never forget about research and offline technologies. We have our own Master of Public Administration program in the university. We have our own research bureau that is called Urban Think Tank. So our results, I will start with them. We are 1 year and a half right now, and we have more than 8,000 community leaders that give their ideas and via our platform. We have more than 350,000 people that involved in different discussions, and every month our platform are visited by more than 2.2 million unique users. Some cases from the cities 1 million plus. For example, we have our own participatory budgeting program, and with this program, for example, in one Russian region, more than 41,000 people participate in budget allocation. Inhabitants set their priorities themselves and support the projects they really need to be done. More than 200 local leaders nominate their projects into this competition and won the funding, raise the funding. Also, we have projects with different companies, like the hugest in the world aluminium company involved residents into action with our tools. Nominate bridges, nominate streets via our idea map, get the names via crowdsourcing. New monuments appeared in the city when government involved people to give their ideas about how to construct the monuments, where to put them, and which ideas could be for that. Our principles are leadership first, leaders first. You need to find them, to empower them with local business, with local communities, and with local authorities, with all resources you have. We have a special solution that is called Incubator for Local Initiative that helps local leaders to build the whole participation process and engage their community's interaction. We have the special tools that are media tools, that are engagement tools like idea map, online engagement, budgets, project manager, and things like that. And our formula is start with visionary leadership, then create an incubator for local initiatives, then engage community leaders, then using fast, simple and cheap technologies make the engagement process work, and after all involve communities. That could be form participatory smart city. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Vladislav. Our next participant is Adrian Latorre. Adrian Latorre is Solution Manager of Altran Spain, specialist in mobility solution. No, Adrian?
Sí, yes.
Okay.
Okay. Tengo... Ah, vale, ya está. Es ok. Ahora sí. Buenas tardes. Vale. ¿Cuántos dispositivos tiene una ciudad o se instala en una ciudad todos los días para obtener información de los sensores? ¿O cuál es el coste real de estos dispositivos, ¿no? que estamos constantemente instalándose en la ciudad? ¿Realmente esta es la única solución para tener información de los distintos sensores que tiene la ciudad, como por ejemplo información de cómo el tráfico que hay, cómo se desplaza la gente, información sobre el tiempo, ¿no? Estaciones meteorológicas, etcétera? En Altran hemos creado una solución única end-to-end que lo que hace es utilizar la capacidad que tiene un smartphone, los sensores que tiene un smartphone, para obtener información a través del ciudadano de todos estos sensores que tiene el dispositivo. Por ejemplo, yo con un smartphone podría saber cuál es evidentemente la calidad de cobertura que tengo de los distintos operadores. Puedo saber la contaminación acústica que hay, la calidad o las señales electromagnéticas que está recibiendo cada ciudadano. O sea, toda esta información es muy valiosa y se puede compartir de forma desinteresada para el resto con la administración pública para mejorar y ser más eficiente en cuanto es la ciudad. Y esta es la solución que llamamos View4Sense. View4Sense es una aplicación o es un componente que lo que hace es, geolocalizando, recibiendo información de forma completamente anónima y con un muy bajo consumo de batería, recoge información de los distintos sensores a través del móvil. Por ejemplo, aquí podemos ver la cobertura, la actividad, o sea, cómo se están desplazando los ciudadanos, se están caminando, se están desplazando en coche, en bicicleta, etcétera, etcétera. Información de temperatura, presión, humedad. Y toda esta información que va recogiendo el ciudadano de forma desatendida, porque en ningún momento se le está preguntando nada y con un muy bajo consumo de batería y de forma anónima, se comparte periódicamente. Incluso se puede enriquecer la información que tiene el ciudadano con datos de Open Data que tiene la administración. O sea, se podría, por ejemplo, si yo estoy pasando cerca de una estación meteorológica, le podría decir al ciudadano cuál es la temperatura o las condiciones ambientales de esa zona donde está realmente el ciudadano. Toda esta información se envía a un sistema que nosotros llamamos View4Sync. View4Sync es un concentrador, es un sistema Big Data que lo que hace es recibir toda esta información y procesarla. Entonces, con toda esta información realmente podemos ver qué es lo que está sucediendo en la ciudad. Es información que se puede recibir en tiempo real y realizar análisis. Por ejemplo, en el primer mapa podemos ver zonas donde hay problemas de cobertura. Incluso podríamos saber qué operador es el que tiene problemas de cobertura en esa zona, qué tipo de problema tiene, o sea, es 2G, 3G, 4G el que realmente no se está cubriendo, información más detallada de los distintos entornos. También, por ejemplo, podemos ver información sobre la polución, sobre el ruido que hay en la ciudad, en las distintas zonas, la actividad del usuario, o sea, realmente los ciudadanos cuando se están desplazando durante la ciudad, o sea, cuando vamos a trabajar, cuáles son los cambios modales que hacemos, o sea, cuánto caminamos, cuánto andamos en bicicleta, cogemos coche, cogemos transporte público. Y esta información, de forma agregada, realmente es muy valiosa para el ayuntamiento y para tomar decisiones. O sea, realmente si hay un carril bici, ¿se está usando ese carril bici o no se está utilizando? O realmente vemos que un carril bici realmente tiene mucha concentración de usuarios y realmente se puede hacer alguna medida ahí. O incluso ser más predictivos y decir, pues, ¿qué sucede si se corta una autovía en un determinado momento? ¿Cuál es el impacto que va a tener en base al histórico de información del comportamiento que tienen los ciudadanos en ese momento? ¿Vale? También podemos tener información de densidad para saber cómo se están moviendo los ciudadanos y lo más importante que toda esta información se comparte de forma desinteresada y sobre todo de forma agregada y completamente anónima para poder hacer análisis y mejorar los servicios de cara a lo que es el ciudadano. Muchas gracias.
Thank you. Thank you, Adrian. Next, we'll talk Stefano Persi. Stefano Persi is co-founder and director of engineering company ENIDE, and he talk about a really good solution, I like it, for mobility and the Catalonia case. Stefano?
Okay. ¿No se play? Ah, le tengo que dar con... No, no, no.
Ajá.
No. Es que yo le daba con el touch. Okay, so we'll talk about my way. Let's see first what is the situation, what is the problem we are trying to solve. So what is the situation today about traffic? Luckily, this is not the situation in Barcelona. I mean, it's not that bad. But we see many cities where we have the problem of traffic, pollution, and what can we do about reducing the number of cars? So somebody can say that we need to say to the people that they should be more ecologic, they should be less think about sharing the vehicle and all this. I start with one point that is, to me, understanding better the problem. So first thing of the people, I mean, we can say what we want, but first we think about ourselves. So if somebody tell me I shouldn't use a certain public transport, a certain, like my car, okay, I shouldn't use it, but what do I use instead? So if there is a better solution, obviously, like most of the people will tend to use that solution. If there is no better solution, let's not tell me what to do. So the project is called My Way because one of the points is we are not just individualists, but we are unique. So we think different from each other and we think different moments of the day. One thing is sometimes we need to take, we need to decide which route to take. How do I go in the center to this place I've never been? And sometimes we ask to a friend, and we trust more in their friend, in our friend, than in a journey planner. Why? Because we have the trust. We know that the friend knows us better than the journey planner. The journey planner gives the same solution to everybody. Or maybe we look for different things. So in this solution that is, we will see is a kind of journey planner, like we use Google Map nowadays. We think trust and knowing the person that is using and understanding in which moment of the day is using is one of the key differentiation. Then another point is like, we are saying that we are fighting somehow, we're trying to reduce the number of private vehicles. And public is definitely one of the more ecologic way, but the combination of public and private is definitely much stronger. So all the new solutions like Car2Go, Drive Now, Motit in Barcelona, so electric scooter that we can take when we ride somewhere and maybe we go in the city by metro and then we take the scooter. This is a solution. If we have them together, the combination is much stronger than one of them. And then maybe we leave our car. Because I start with the premises. If I don't have a good alternative, I will not leave my car. And one important point to me is having a good balance between global and local. So if we look to a solution like Google Maps, they're very strong in global. They have a solution in all the countries. They have a solution in many cities they cover quite well, but it's exactly the same solution. If we want to be taking account as individual and the city want to have differentiation, then in the future it may be as important. We have cases like Vienna where local is more important than global. And then what is the approach? So we have three living labs. We call them living labs because we start from the beginning. We look what are the real issues, how to solve them, and we solve them with the citizen, focus group, etc. Barcelona, but the whole Catalonia, urban and interurban, Berlin, and Trickle and Greece. The next steps is a pre-trial phase now internal at the end of the year, and there is a trial phase next year. So if you want to join, there will be a website. Meanwhile, you can contact me. Thanks.
Thank you, Stefano. Next invited is Francesc Sabaté Domènech. Francesc is Director of the Master in Robotics and Automatic Production at UPC University. And what do you want, Francesc?
Muy buenas tardes, mi nombre es Francesc Sabaté, soy ingeniero industrial y voy a presentar Involving Smart Youth in Smart Cities. ¿Avanza? Vale. Ahora sí. Formo parte de la FundacióCIM, es un centro tecnológico con la misión de desarrollar productos y procesos industriales para la industria en general. Una de las herramientas que utilizamos es el Rapid Prototyping y sobre todo desde hace unos 3-4 años lo que serían las impresoras 3D. Además formo parte de la... perdonad, que esto veo que no gira. También de la unidad Deploying Smart Factories, donde desarrollamos dispositivos para recoger datos de planta y enviarlos directamente a sistemas corporativos de información. Pero vamos a los retos que nos centran hoy. En el fondo, lo que estamos hablando es de Smart Cities y sobre todo de Smart Citizens. Y lo que queremos como estos Smart Citizens es que participen, que hagan suya la ciudad. Y como tal, lo que nos pasa es que sobre todo las tecnologías nos están avanzando mucho más que la sociedad. ¿Qué es lo que podemos hacer? Si realmente queremos que la gente participe, lo que debemos hacer es formarlos. Y nosotros lo que presentamos hoy es un sistema para educar y formar a la juventud, a los estudiantes de bachillerato y secundaria. Es decir, una metodología totalmente práctica que se enseñe directamente a las escuelas y sobre todo que sea una plataforma donde ellos pueden recoger y bajarse distintos prototipos que ahora veremos. Es decir, la solución es Involving Smart Youth in Smart Cities. Es decir, vamos a formarlos y vamos a capacitarlos. Si vemos los retos que tiene la ciudadanía entre las Smart Cities, lo que vemos es que aparecen nuevos productos, aparecen nuevas tecnologías y sobre todo aparecen nuevos usuarios. ¿Cómo lo cubrimos? Si queremos que el ciudadano, en este caso los estudiantes, tengan desde el punto de vista nuevos productos, lo que tenemos que hacer es formarlos en herramientas CAD. Hoy en día existen gran variedad de sistemas CAD para dibujar directamente en 3D. Una vez tenemos el producto, a través de un impresor 3D, que sean ellos propios los makers, que hagan directamente cualquier parte de la ciudad. Muy bien. Otro punto, las tecnologías. Existen también distintas plataformas abiertas para poder programar directamente en C, en Scratch, cualquier tipo de lenguaje que desde secundario, high school, ya podríamos entrar. Ya tenemos cómo hacer los productos y cómo hacer la tecnología. ¿Y los usuarios? Evidentemente los usuarios son los Smart Citizens y serían ellos. Es decir, queremos involucrar a los estudiantes en estas Smart Cities. ¿Cómo lo hacemos? ¿Cuál es la metodología que queremos utilizar? Pues montar un puzzle de su barrio, de su entorno más próximo. Nosotros hemos diseñado unas unidades funcionales que no dejan de ser unas piezas de puzzle. Están dibujadas en CAD y ellas se los bajarían y las imprimirían directamente en una impresora 3D. A partir de que ellos empezarían montando este puzzle en las unidades funcionales que podemos encontrar en la ciudad. Tenemos calles, tenemos casas, tenemos parques, tenemos museos. Pues montaríamos una pieza de puzzle para cada una de ellas. Evidentemente, en este repositorio podríamos bajar directamente lo que sería una plaza, una fuente, una casa, pero ¿por qué no? Si nosotros enseñamos estas herramientas de dibujar, que ellos mismos se dibujen lo que realmente quieren montar alrededor de su barrio. Con lo cual, una vez ellos han dibujado y han impreso lo que es su barrio o su ciudad, lo que tienen que hacer es montar. Y como nosotros conocemos el mundo de RepRap, que es de reproducción, replicación, pues nosotros utilizamos cuando sea nueva las impresoras 3D y lo que ya existe, ya existe. Y aquí hemos utilizado una cajita que podemos comprar en cualquier ferretería. Esta unidad tiene una tapa que es la impresión en 3D, que es su entorno más próximo, y debajo un container donde estará toda la electrónica y todas las conexiones. Muy bien, ya tenemos nuestro barrio, ya tenemos nuestras piezas de puzzle, lo que tenemos que hacer ahora es montarlo y programarlo a través de Arduino, a través de RAS, etc. Pues ya lo tenemos. Ya tenemos un puzzle, ya tenemos un control, ya tenemos unas comunicaciones, con lo cual los estudiantes han montado su ciudad. Y de esta forma podemos tener un barrio más pequeño, una ciudad más grande, pero será su ciudad. Y con esto ellos podrán aportar nuevas soluciones que ya han visto en la escuela. Con lo cual ya tendremos realmente Smart Citizens. Muchas gracias.
Thank you, Francesc. It's a nice project. Okay. Next speaker is Todd, please. Todd is the Green Flag Award Manager, and he will talk about this project.
Good afternoon. The Green Flag Award is a standard developed in the United Kingdom to measure the quality of parks and green spaces and put them once more at the heart of our cities and communities. To achieve the award, each park is assessed by a team of judges against a set of criteria which cover the essential elements that measure appropriate management of green spaces and measure that parks engage and meet the needs of the communities that they serve. Only those sites that meet the standard can fly the green flag for the next 12 months. The data that's collected from these assessments is also essential in measuring and benchmarking different organisations against each other so they can continue to improve quality. The criteria is now used across the United Kingdom in sites such as the Olympic Park, sites such as the gardens surrounding Buckingham Palace, and indeed the standards now used in measuring the quality of the gardens in Buckingham Palace itself, and also to small community green spaces such as this one. As well as small community projects, the contributions parks make to our cities cannot be underestimated. They play an important role in the health and well-being, the economy, stronger, more engaged communities with a greater sense of satisfaction, and our green spaces will play an ever-increasing role in managing air quality, temperature, water and flood management, and be a fundamental component of any credible strategy for mitigation of climate change. We know where people have access to parks, they're 25% more likely to be active, and where people live furthest away, they're more likely to be obese. As pressure builds in our cities for housing, our green spaces are under threat, but what will actually be needed is more, not less, green space. But that needs to be managed well and have a varied range of activities to ensure engagement with as many communities as possible. Already in London, 25% of our children, by the time they leave primary school, are obese, a shocking statistic. And that cost is going to grow to £50 billion for us by 2050. Any park or green space that achieves the awards must therefore engage with the community, not only in decision-making about facilities provided, but ensure maximum use. But we must encourage volunteers to maintain the parks too and get actively involved. New technology is playing an increasing role in engaging users and ensuring the community voice is heard. And an app is currently being developed where communities will be able to measure the quality of their park against this standard, and we can build a national picture of where we need better quality green space. The scheme also provides a means to share best practice through the assessment process. Our team of assessors highlight best practice innovation, and this is shared throughout the sector, restoring some of our once neglected and derelict green spaces to essential areas within the community. The Green Flag Award Scheme also helps to raise the profile and role of parks and green spaces with national and local government, and the need to invest in those that currently don't meet the standard, as well as highlighting to users safe, good quality green spaces. The programme is now expanding into the Netherlands, Germany, Australia and New Zealand, and we're currently looking for partners to ensure parks across the world learn from each other, share innovation and the use of technology, and ensure everyone can benefit from quality parks with the community at their heart and at the heart of communities and cities of the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. Next speaker is Itziar Espuru. Here is head of environmental quality and comfort at Fundació Tecnalia in Basque Country. It's here.
Yeah. Ah, sorry. Okay.
See?
Okay, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, so Tecnalia is a private research institution. And we define a concept called comfort urban place. And we created a label to visualize the implementation of this concept. It is a proposal for designing unique places that provide welfare, and I will explain the concept and also a practical case. So what is a comfort urban place for us? It's a space with its own identity, adapted to the expectations and to the perception of citizens that use this space, and also adapted to its specific environmental conditions. And why Tecnalia is doing research about public spaces? So because they play a very important role in the city, offering several services to citizens. And where we are looking about, we are looking for livable cities. We are speaking about big issues as quality of life and happiness. A crucial aspect that concerns population is the quality of their streets, so the micro scale and the short term. So Tecnalia has defined an algorithm to determine the overall comfort in outdoor spaces and to identify key aspects for improvement. The algorithm quantifies objective and subjective information and is a supporting tool for decision-making processes, since it allows identifying challenges and opportunities of each space and proposing ideas to face those challenges and opportunities. It facilitates the comparative analysis of the benefits of different design options. But when we are speaking about environmental comfort, what we mean about this? So we mean consider the perception of people and the expectations of the people when using a place, the feelings and the emotions we have when being at that place, and our health also. And we call it experience based on our sense. So it's environmental comfort, and we talk about thermal comfort, acoustic comfort, and lighting comfort that is a natural light, not artificial light. And how we can quantify the comfort. So we use questionnaires to involve the people, and we use also indicators. So a soundscape indicator that developed by Tecnalia, that is the SEI, to measure acoustic comfort, also indicator for the thermal comfort and indicators for the lighting comfort. And we can measure these indicators and the values, and we can also simulate these values by modeling. So let's see a practical case. So Tecnalia contributed to the design of the renovation of an urban space in Basauri, it's a small town close to Bilbao, our town. And we collaborate with the architects and with the city planners in this renovation. First of all, we did a COOP simplified diagnosis of the initial environmental conditions, so the acoustic conditions and the thermal and the lighting conditions in winter and summer. And also, we applied the perceptual approach, observing how people interact with the space and identifying critical issues about safety and cleanliness in the space. With all this information, we could then give feedback to architects about the benefits of different design options proposed by them, identifying good proposals and challenging issues to be faced in the detailed design. So we could help them in the process. And city planners define a final design to share with the citizens, and we made a COOP detailed analysis applying models of the expected comfort when this design will be implemented. So with this, all this information, thermal, lighting, and acoustics, we propose some contributions to the final design at the micro scale of the design, optimizing the allocation of some urban elements as trees, benches, and proposing new ones, always trying to not increase the budget, because this is a very easy way of improving the design. So city planners and the architects evaluated very positively the process of co-design, as these aspects of comfort, environmental comfort, were not included in the traditional criteria. And the COOP level is devoted not only to contribute in the urban design, but also to assess the comfort of existing places, could be also for the green flag, and to collaborate with the companies that are developing urban furniture that could be also comfortable. And this is everything. This concept is being implemented in an app in a project that will be presented just now by Tom. And tomorrow I will present also the same project, but with this concept. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Itziar. The next speaker is Tom Cole-Hunter. Tom Cole is a postdoctoral researcher in Barcelona. Tom.
Buona tarda, good afternoon. As was said, my name is Tom. I'm from the Center for Research in Environmental Epidemiology, and I'm going to give you today very quickly a simple example of how to visualize environmental data to engage citizens and empower citizen observatories. I think. Let's go down.
Es el directo. Es el directo.
Yeah. Okay, so the environmental data in question for this example is air quality. And it might be obvious that good air quality is good for us, but also our environment, in that air pollution is the #1 cause for premature death in at least the European Union, and that air pollution will accelerate climate change. And of course, our activities affect both local and the global atmosphere in terms of transport and other processes that happen within societies and cities. So air quality is monitored and regulated to an extent, but there are limitations. One limitation is spatially. The typical networks that we have are quite sparse within a city, and also limitations in terms of policy. So the main emitters are things that we need for a society and a city to function. So this is where the project CitySense, funded by the European Commission under the 7th framework, and the concept of a citizens observatory will hopefully help. So it has 2 aims. The first, to engage citizens with environmental health information and related issues, but also to empower citizens with spatio-temporally relevant data and tools. And the example today is that of a smartphone-enabled application with augmented reality. So to realize this idea, 4 links were necessary in the communication chain. The first was the data to be collected of air quality, and that is through the AQMesh pod. So it collects the data and pushes it to a web feature server, which is operated by Snowflake, which harbors the data, which is then picked up or pulled by the application, in this case the open source Mataró app, and it applies it to an air quality index, which is then visualized. So I'm not sure if many people here are familiar with the air quality index, but within Europe there is a common indicator, and that was developed by the EU Sabaté project, but even more specifically, or locally relevant, is that used by the Ajuntament of Barcelona, using 3 pollutants, nitrogen dioxide, ozone, and coarse particulate matter. And they're kind of registered at different levels into simpler levels in colors and words that are more understandable to the general public. And so for the purposes of the augmented reality, I should say that Barcelona, you'll be pleased to know, is considered generally acceptable. But to kind of visualize using the data from the air quality monitor to someone within a mural, we had to kind of preconceive certain words. So an example of that, it could be at dawn or dusk. You have a simple mural on a spare wall, and so with the application on the phone, you hold it up to this spot, and you will see a visual depending on the air quality indicator. In this case, for excellent, fresca, satisfactory, respira, acceptable, unsatisfactory, very unsatisfactory, and so on. So to illustrate that in a timeline, as a time series going across the x-axis, we have time, and the air quality indicator on the y-axis. So throughout the day, within the morning, before the peak morning traffic hour, you would have a low level or a good level of air quality, which would peak with the morning commute traffic time, and again with the afternoon, and it would alleviate the air quality towards the end of the day. And so we are going to implement this in public spaces that we are trying to scout now. So there are a few walls you might know around Barcelona that allow for legal painting. But also we have, well, such as this, Agricultura, and at this spot we would survey the neighbours to get a more relevant or public relevant, citizen relevant idea of the words and the concepts that come to people's head that we would integrate into this mural rather than the words that we had preconceived from our artist Max Rippon. So we also have quite a few sites around the city now that people have volunteered to host an air quality mesh pod. So if you do live in Barcelona or have an office in Barcelona, please do get in contact with us with citysense@crea.cat to register your interest. So just to thank everyone for their time and to acknowledge the following people. And that's it.
Thank you, Tom. Next speaker is Isabel Ochoa from Sodeste Company, who will present the QMAP application. Isabel. This is the same problem of everybody.
Hola, buenas tardes. Bueno, yo soy Joana, que realmente mi compañera Isa no ha podido venir, y vengo a presentaros la aplicación de custodia urbana de QMAP. QMAP nació de la idea de dar a conocer la parte más colaborativa, más sostenible, la parte participativa y social de la ciudad, e hicimos de estas características nuestros valores. Nuestro objetivo es dar a conocer las iniciativas ciudadanas dentro de la ciudad, hacer contactar gente y lugares y favorecer las actividades urbanas que surgen de manera espontánea. ¿Pero qué podemos hacer con la aplicación QMAP? Pues podemos descubrir el lado más colaborativo, más social, más creativo y sostenible de nuestra ciudad. Puedes buscar los espacios de tu ciudad y compartirlos con tus amigos. Puedes ser parte de la nueva cultura urbana y contactar con gente similares a tus intereses. Por ejemplo, en QMAP podemos encontrar jardinería colectiva o lo que llamamos huertos urbanos, que por ejemplo en ciudades como Madrid o Barcelona, que son grandes, no están todos representados en los mapas. Puedes crear rutas urbanas, es decir, mostrar los puntos que más te gustan de la ciudad, que no están representados, esos puntos que no son turísticos o que no son históricos. Y aparte de eso también unir esos puntos mediante el uso de las bicicletas. Puntos de arte urbano que está teniendo muchísima importancia en ciudades en Europa, como en Berlín, por ejemplo, o en Londres. Y en Madrid están tomando muchas iniciativas porque una ciudad social es una ciudad con arte urbano. Puntos de encuentro. Estamos trabajando para recobrar las fábricas que están abandonadas o espacios degradados y hacer de ellos centros sociales con las asociaciones de vecinos y con los propios vecinos. Y los lugares de oportunidades, que es con lo que empezó todo de QMAP y la asociación Sodeste, en la que solares abandonados dentro de la ciudad buscamos darles un nuevo uso con las asociaciones de vecinos y, por ejemplo, hacer un nuevo huerto urbano o hacer un punto de arte urbano. ¿En qué punto se encuentra QMAP? Pues nosotros estamos testeando y probando la aplicación para poder mejorarla. Trabajamos con algunas asociaciones de vecinos y con profesores y estudiantes de geografía de la Autónoma de Madrid. Les preguntamos a todos ellos qué es lo que les gusta, qué podemos mejorar y cambiarlo. Y bueno, ya para acabar, agradecer a todo el equipo, a la gente que nos apoya y sobre todo al programa Think Big de la Fundación Telefónica, que ha creído desde nosotros en el principio.
Gracias, Ana. Okay, the next and last speaker is Daniel Garcia. Daniel is a social media researcher at Yahoo Labs in Barcelona.
It's totally black.
It's the same problem.
It's all black.
This one?
Yeah. Thank you. Okay. So I'm a research scientist, and my research has focused on data mining. But a few years ago, I changed my research. I changed from traditional data mining to understanding how people perceive the city. And what I've been doing in the last few years is I've been studying how people perceive the city, and in particular, I use computer science tools to replicate social science experiments at scale, at web scale. I became captivated by the beauty and genius of traditional social science experiments done by Jane Jacobs, Stanley Milgram, Kevin Lynch. And the result of that research has been the creation of new maps, maps in which you don't only see the shortest direction from point A to point B, but also the most enjoyable direction from A to B. How was that possible? Well, Einstein once said, logic will get you from A to B. Imagination will take you everywhere. So with a bit of imagination, with colleagues at the University of Cambridge, we thought about this simple experiment. If I show you these two urban scenes, and I would ask you, which one is more beautiful? Which one would you say? A or B? Who says A? Don't be shy. Who says B? Brilliant. Based on that idea, we built a crowdsourcing game called urbangems.org. Players are shown pairs of urban scenes and they ask which one is more beautiful, quiet, or happy. Based on thousands of user votes, we know where consensus emerges, which are the urban scenes that people consider beautiful, quiet, and happy. After that work in Cambridge, I joined Yahoo Labs in Barcelona, and I teamed up with Luca and Rossano. And together, we aggregated those winning locations in London to create a new map of the city, a cartography weighted for human emotions. On this cartography, you don't only find the shortest route from A to B, but you can connect A to B by maximizing happiness, or beauty, or quietness. Participants found the happy, beautiful, and quiet route much more enjoyable than the shortest route, and that just by adding a few extra minutes to travel time, less than 2 minutes. They also attach memories to places. They attach personal memories and shared memories. Shared memories, that's where the old BBC building was. Personal memories, that's where I gave my first kiss. They also associate smell and sound. So what if we had a mapping tool that would return the most enjoyable route from A to B, not only based on aesthetics, but also based on smell, sound, and memories? More generally, what my research tries to do is to avoid the danger of the single path, to avoid robbing people of fully experiencing the city in which they live. Walk the path through the park and not through the car park, and you have an entirely different path. Walk the path through the people you love and not full of cars, and you have an entirely different path. It's that simple. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Daniel. Okay. We have 10 minutes for questions if you want. If somebody wants to make a question to someone of the speakers. No? Okay. I think that all the solutions that we have seen in this session are very, very nice, and all them are oriented to increase the quality of life of the citizens. Thank you all, and we have to continue to working to offer to the citizens the possibility to increase his participation in the process of the governance and increasing his quality of life. Thank you very much.